This is the day the Lord has brought us. Unim say, yetenase unim say, nkomo ewo ho, niema ni bi okoso, ewo ye entertainment space in the showbiz industry ni kasa. Na what is on your mind? Another segment. Ye diaba say niema ni bi ekoso, ewo entertain so ebi na ye de ba beso. Obiso for midin e de Kobe Josvan, I'm a blogger, social influencer and a pundit. Na unim say, Jumadi we minua Cliff Carter, what I say, he's an entertainment journalist, a pundit, a radio presenter, event organizer. Messi Yebi. Other ones, Nina, Kanina, what I say, agenda because so. I mean, never been a course over the weekends.
Yaba.
Was it a casa? Yabadi and I day. Yabadi and I day.
What's on your mind?
Yeah, man. And I'm coming for your shots away.
Baby, na. Last week, we saw us, we say,
yeah,
since you better. Bibi Gigi was so. You
can't choose. Tender Agradaa.
Sometimes nanka ye can't hope the baby in pub will be a bad
one. Zababi.
Now, what's on your mind and then I said, Mamma Cotsino. There's a what you is here. Fancy say you're lucky or them for 15 years. No light. No Wi-Fi.
Sika can hold dear. Ebi am bet me manage. What they $1 million be to so dear.
Ask can hold better than because they are lucky.
Na say me we are na majimi sika and they be
15 years.
15 years. I don't ya.
15 days oh.
Oh 15 years e be wo. But ni nyina gine sika no. Yemfa say 1 trillion be that so.
Okay. We dey yamfa hwan to so.
Yes then.
Tanda be bubon. Na ebubom no. Ambomu wo bibia se ekobomu wo asemdibia. Tanda ukobomu ase obobomu wo park so.
Sa.
Na ukobomu wo court.
Nti dia adi na esi wo court. Because na tese niam bi koso.
Nsembia ba.
Nti na me soma wo se ko ho. Na ko fa bibia.
Na me so dia makote no. Ye drew main segment na. Ye be biebiem na but nini ane se. Tanda pa wangasa susuwo. Tanda ya che. Tanda lock in den na se kukuo mu. For 15 years.
Me, the boss my mind.
15 years.
So why certain that no ye den?
Baby, main segment.
Okay.
Main segment.
Okay.
Now another what's on your mind, no? Wow, Osha se na near makwa. Anti ati palago angasa no. E den no peso ye.
Palago aye o dan. Abusan for. Meaning before say ye baba betena se no kan palago asem.
Where what's on your mind?
Meaning the Mufasa aye, but what Mufasa why ode?
Yehu or say close kenimu a omo ba ya, omo de takashi be remu asose ache. Ejinem. Ati palago style no emfa.
Shake it to the max. Shake it to the max.
Ati palago.
Say the achi ye ni nyina.
De bi emfa.
Na iti o de ni shake it to the max cover no.
Opa o. Ati palago pa ma onko emfa. De akwa na ye no hu. There is some bufu
I didn't know be a bonabas say no style no the abano unique like F.
They be Ghana for your Afro chairman just a yama no. Forget it. Enfa. On my promotion be. Say be a boys no to no man a senior man a chini way no on the fans enfa. Because videos now are na enya better videos na chipalago 8 channel. Jack on boka kra na ne KKK wo dollar mu akwa oboka pa ne nwum na ye da ase no
una o cancel video na o twa no video abusuan for video na o twa no de be YouTube
oboka
ye be stream ye be kwa kwa he
ye stream
masa me shake it to the max ba me
tie me
la ho cover so we say at least I want to shake it to the max la ho the other pet
tie me ati palago ye senior man e ya na aka no crash senior man nwum no me to me enyo calling wo de takasi na prayer nyum na enfa boys no mu dumi nka no crencho jack enfa satawale crap pen ko be ka no cracho but enfa enyum na enfa because video now ya na me unza oboka o videos are me hwe how much video
mini how
what's on your mind
mini ha me de mini ha
when your agenda me say enyum na achipara we to no any videos no twa no se menya ya kasaska no the promotion ma artist be because ono nyum na all to ne videos no twa no enfa jack enfa Me what's on your mind?
Hello, Achi. Achi, Mofasa. Me person Maria was a mini hat. And okay, into needing or the Cliff Carter. I say, in fact,
can I say on frame in fact, I'm using fools.
Okay, I say, Eugene Amano.
Into on frame in fact, I'm using
Amano. So, dear,
say, come to me for corner, and I say,
Mofasa, me, dear Martin, I make catch on, made me near happy.
Mammy said, Mammy said, a ban is an aquam is on for call. Who's the opera? I chose opera.
But actually, I and the mammy can't
opera. Opesa only nipa akasa no so ne ma me ye call ubu achi opre enti achi fire promotion dia metumi aka cho no enum na mfa
but kojosha no mpo che say oye promotion mpo mfa
no credit oze kojosha the one oka no credit no ba nkofo fi say bia oye agro ni we no credit na waka che no emfa
ebefa
emfa
mufasa ebefa
debi
ebefa
debi
amfa mpo ebe ma na afa
oboka
Omboka na say music investment
last time videos be am say ocha we share girls now wa form compound vicinity no and yes ka kitwa o
investment we are investing wisely Mufasa forget
YouTube no me no pa ni say YouTube onya hwe so onim pa
what are you talking about onya hwe say we monetizing YouTube now what are you talking about
onya hwe so
no asama aka dem no
onya hwe so
Mufasa the all can dem ne nya adwen
when your agenda
David
Jack yanko ye next what's on your mind in Atibala go enyum na cross kuma say wa naka yanko enim esi den na Ghana ha mam bisa so ye army e den religious
and moral
mentality na
sense wa bon
e be morality
religious and moral education wa bon
religious and moral education
wa bon
religious and moral education yen for religious no on for moral no na yen educate mo religious ne chese
ba na no bibi activity bi cause
invite bi mu Ghana ha yesua army no ye try say ye were three main religions in Ghana
Islam and traditionalists
me fact check no so chair me say over 70% of the population are Christians a feasible amount of let's say 39% na akano Muslims but that small percentage so akana make up the 100 traditionalists
okay
they see then na ye de Ghana sika ko program ema esumfo esumbi a odidi bia no aye Ghana ha na ya frɛ 2 million amfa ba akona account
ebia ba akona anye ne homework ye ana ebia ye frɛ no na ne phone adum
asem de bia aba asem de bia aba
bo me
ya trop protest ya call
sir
yes you be national prayer and thanksgiving
nice one send you be bit my
nti yes you pese ambai no obe sponsor yen o my independent square on ton san no give up Ghana company den no mumfa kasa pre
ko mo ba be bo
debi se momo de no
kan so asan so be share o man na say asan be na pesa o
dem me de me ho ato say o mo PR official and I say
since when that be na go disappear
ya
to me be na che say dia the two one e ma say to me say be PR
self acclaimed PR
it is never self acclaimed any PR since when did you become a traditionalist
Jules we are all taxpayers
massa
one thing we have to be very sure of ni say or turn fu na ye tin sa one thing na ye bisa na Muslim
one ya can say nyamba so
one say baso because say
nyamba so Adaman e yodia
mommy register this pleasure you register this pleasure as Traditional Believers Association of Ghana as almost self acclaimed PR me say ye be hia insa no so ye hia sa green bottle na wo di boni pati empire no eni bi ne hia ye de be ya pae ye wi hia de ya ngasa no ye be twetwe bi a ye de be bond with the spirit earth ye som no se mo na mo di drink sugar dokodoko de be mo de a because me did so mo meat pie ho ye de yam meat pie it was on your mind no traditionally for now mo yi fi national and then e ya kwa say planting as a seat match go mo yi fi
ye nyim mfim
seat match go mo yi first seat match ye ma ya be yi apa
yes mo nyam adwuma yi nti mo ntutu mo nyam yi mo ntutu mo plans yi I mean you should strategize yourself
na wa obi to fi ye kuomu ko ya mama party e be na mo nka
nti say
adina fi ye kuomu ko ka
evangelist mo ankasa no mo nya united nti mo nka mo humbo na mo nya mo homework ye abusuafo so far so good this is what we call it what's on your mind what you say so yeah we one segment what's on your mind is a segment you can dey warm me up and sana yaba nsem no mu baako ne papa omo kon in the name of a journal
yes sir
baako ne papa omo kon in the name of a journal na we and agenda boys ni bi so can say abra mu nua baako bi to talk cast or chili olive luxurious life there one and father are fighting over a journal. What am I talking about? Sir, offer space ni mu a nkomo baako so a I mean ede kasa aba space ni mu any afrobeat Afro-Dancehall. Afro-Dancehall. Yes. I mean African dancehall. Recently we say Apple Music ne as if for introduce a new genre called African dancehall.
African dancehall. Of
which Shatawale Mpo body it's a good thing and whatever it is. I think said they are trying to recognize Africa as a continent.
Dancehall music.
Yes. So as a stance now, come on back one by space ni mu and they say why and the originator of Afro-Dancehall, the pioneer of our Afro-Dancehall, any other things ni be a course so space ni mu. Now when agenda boys say Beam Nation president ya kasadodo. After when Beam Nation president taking a Twitter handle and sembi ni say once upon a time or share this journey ase no nim say Ghana for the dan ya ye befi inti or kai say your boss sir abakwasem na there is no way or no Beam Nation president or Stonebwoy ebe ni din afrim na anchebe ni hu se ne papa nso aba o de Samini se no we akola pebe bitina ade na nka se ya ka wo na usa ye na ye the ogboros the movers and shakers of the tent
exactly
iti say ye bo abakwasem a Stone find somewhere and chuck yourself na who we na se no dan a ye betina ase
ye be fifim
kata wo ho de ye besoma no
exactly
no akọ feed na ba no no de o de ba adwuma na ye de esi intikata social media for kasa okoye no dia de na wo de ba
osuma media me so manfa nya akwadro me bie masumu eyi fini ni akotietie nkomo no omo ha ni omo ka omo de legendary ebe mu omo de my father my way no ye ni ayaka bom na de ye de bre ye dofo ni omo hwen first and foremost ye break it down nkomo no
okay
Afro-Dancehall originated from the word African music with dancehall rhythms. So African rhythm fusing with dancehall rhythm. Now your friend no Afro-Dancehall because everything that has to do with Afro has some link with African.
Okay.
Intuition na tete no ye wotibia na ye jan no busha na your friend Afro.
Yeah man.
You see na Africans na ye no dodo. Into na your friend Afro. Into Afro-Dancehall no simply no African rhythm fused with dancehall rhythm. Okay. Now, today's Stonebwoy issue and Samini, for me, it's like us saying Reggie Rockstone is the grandpapa of hip life. But now ebimuye that sort of music no before or no oba.
Okay. But
obia de sa abasbody no akra ni Reggie because on no boy they run no papa. Yes. This legendary JD Bule Ambule Amale Bolo
good some respect.
Oh no, I'm saying he's a legend. Nice. That's what I'm saying legendary. No timeless songs no more evergreen. So I cannot. Nice. I'm trying to say he was one of the finest rappers. Back in the days.
Yeah, no.
You couldn't even learn his rhyme.
Tongue
twisting.
Okay.
Yes, and it's true. So what you compare and then in your master science, we appreciate what you hear today. But those days, who is today mentioning his name as the rap music god or something? Obi am friend. But sa kwa dey na ya chichira so sorry, obrafo. Because meka say ono ne time no obo hu de ro no obodede no. What I say ono the rap no do baby. Oh, into ono so baby odi do no so sa kwa dey be fire. So it's all about to me who made the loudest noise about the genre.
Okay.
Reggae was doing well in Ghana with the likes of Titifuano, even Lucky Dawuni, Lucky Mensa and Co were doing reggae in those days. Those days. But trust me, if you talk about reggae in Ghana, you're crowning those things all to just the guitar and the string instrument, So what you say, Shatawale cry reggae music, and now want to now. Who feel say high life.
Okay.
So for me, the beef between them, you know, is supposed not to even happen because I will give credit to Stonebwoy not because he brought it.
Okay.
But I'll give credit to Stonebwoy because he made the loudest noise about Afro-Dancehall.
Okay.
Samini can, I'm making my statement very clear. Samini can be the originator of Afro-Dancehall because of the longevity in the music industry. I may not have all his catalog, but Ebia now I trumpeted that genre in the days.
Okay.
Me to me muye the day. But in the industry, so what they say, genre no be attache obi branda. Ne Stonebwoy because or trumpete that genre no even in his songs.
But uni bibi. Abra kasa ne bae Stonebwoy epuli receipt say way back 2016 ho baby and I share that movement na say there was one African artist in so on the tweet so back out just say no making noise about the genre in 2010 ho baby and I'm so am agenda boys in you should that medium put a draggy stone say no Charlie pe baby ko choki na sa ayi na o kan ho asempo was someone who started that same move no. When you hear things like this how do you wait?
Terrible Nchaka, a dancer.
Okay.
But who do you mention first when you're dancer, Shatawale?
Okay.
Because 2012, no, Shatta City Dancehall King, those songs, no, Emma will obeshare some generation beer.
Energy.
What I say, you cannot take that away from Shatawale.
Okay.
You can't say you are mentioning top 10 dancehall artists in Ghana and say you put Terrible Nchaka ahead of Shatawale. Okay. No. That is what I'm saying. Okay. So Samini could have done it before. Even people could have done it before Samini.
Okay.
What's the music? No. First, now you are debut a normal friend. No. Contemporary music. Music back with
I think say of late people, the gospel people are embracing it.
One song, which me linking the song into some genres. What I say, which me to Kofi Kinata, I can say, and you mean a reggae. Okay. But what thing you need to say high life, but not a reggae. So I'm saying there has been a lot of detailing in our genre. Okay. But I'm only giving credit to Stonebwoy because I'm saying this clearly that on our trumpet genre no more loudest. Okay. Even mentioning the genre in his songs. Okay. Some of his albums you see the replications of Mature or say where Afro-Dancehall song. What I say. So on that tangent, you know, remember the credit for being the one to have made it the loudest. But as in who is the originator, I think they should just enjoy the benefit it has come with. They should all enjoy the mileage, the space now, more, and they are doing very well in that industry. Look, it doesn't change the fact that we still enjoy all these artists. Okay. Samini is a legend, Stonebwoy is a legend, Shatawale is a legend. Who brought what will not change their status. Okay. I'm only giving credit to Stonebwoy because he made the loudest noise. For me, this shouldn't be a beef. Okay,
nice one. Sir, what's on your mind? You can Agradaa be awesome.
Yes.
But in common way about can Agradaa, evangelist Mama Pat. I mean, founder of Heaven Ways,
Church BBB,
Chapel International, something like that. At here for I say Yanya Edino correct.
By Heaven Gate.
Heaven Gate. Yeah, Heaven Epono.
Yeah, Heaven.
So ope bia with me ako Heaven. No nya kwanje papa di just say oko Mama Pat. Na BBC over the weekends Mama Pat trend. Enya Agradaa o. Mama Pat and na trend. Yes say court sentence no. Say onko demu 15 years.
Yeah,
cool. Say waye bibi. Na meka say nkra na me de mano no. Meka che say wo ba make sure say wo ba court ho no akotie nsem no mu na wo ba no abe report akire etiefo ene ahwefo enti wo kwae no di ade na si wo fe
okay meka say ye be bo Ghana court system about ye be bo mabaso. I think if you are not a victim of any situation, you wouldn't appreciate the legal system in Ghana.
Okay.
Can you imagine that we've come to a time Ghana, it me the assembly 4 years, 5 years. Now still it me the assembly 50 be who no crano a passage judgment. I think a idea also a boy and same Emma your legal structures.
Okay.
Because gone were the days we saw murderers walking around freely.
Eish,
yes.
I could do her.
Sincerely, I'm just trying to be like realistic.
Okay.
I grew up in the Zongo. Which means it will be a very bad way beer. But 2 months, 3 months, no we who know now. Okay. I think there has been a lot of you kind of say your legal system no I am very better.
Okay.
Now, issue of Mama Pat, a beginning somewhere started somewhere around 2022.
Yeah, man.
And because of the rebranding to Mama Pat from Agradaa. No.
Okay.
The Agradaa.
Oh no, the Agradaa.
Yes, on one.
Okay.
The Agradaa as one entity, no.
Okay.
On the issues.
Okay.
And Mama Pat as another entity on the issues.
Okay.
And we say in law, no, the act, no, can say, I don't know how to put it. The act, any actor, no, yedema case, yedema judgment.
Okay.
Good. So let's start from Agradaa.
Okay.
Agradaa no on the issues with false TV copyright registration licensing on the Tanda TV. Yes, you are operating Tanda TV, no, for some time. I will unregister and then you close it down the TV station. And on one as Agradaa no so no. The Jimmy was scamming for up and down near there. Almost see you know. And no more and or they rebranding to Mama Pat.
Okay.
So there was a substantive issue that was say.
I see.
While brainwashing Crawford at Joe Musica.
I see.
As Sika Gary.
And
then
Sika Gary.
Yes.
It's a
Bibi to say would you ask Sika no. That's would one see the chef for ma. No one treat.
And I want to uncle Debbie and I said it. And I Sika na one pen.
When you say you need brace cap. So yeah, dear no. Nothing illegal, nothing bloody. Yeah, penny legal.
Okay.
Hard work.
Okay, I see.
Because now go panga kasa be ma be bre.
Okay.
Na we di.
Okay.
Nti ye de ehun say da o crying fa.
Matthias.
Nti enumu na skagare no asem no. Etwetwen so a ye investigation ebise mu nsem a ebe pie say. Issue no call can say a magistrate court no. A lordship Evelyn Asamoah na tena asem no so. Now, Otana Assembly or make judgment say Agradaa and condemn 15 years.
Okay.
The lawyer Richard Asari also obe defending say now the travesty of the punishment here too harsh.
Okay.
Nti also appeal. Almost any appeal cover this weekend. But you be economic craft for education sake.
Okay.
Ghana no emrano ushe emrana the criminal law no Act 29 1960 no say anything action be ube perform be linking to criminality be no your punishment be why the mouth.
Okay.
Good. Any one aspect of the constitution over down to 137 now and not talking about false misrepresentation.
Okay.
That is say ade a wonye na ojina so edibu obi.
Okay.
What you say? Say me tuwe na one day one be juma. Now instead of say make kasa on the media space as Clef Carter no. Now my kasa as Kobe Josevan. Okay. Maybe from that moment be a false misrepresentation.
Okay.
Meaning I'm using your identity to benefit from something.
Okay.
Good.
I see.
Also, oko down in that same law now, oko from Kakra. Another quotation, I don't want to quote it wrongly, but it also states about say you can't make a false statement to induce somebody to take money from the person. I
see.
It is a now sorry them eka say wow be mame 900 cedis to 1,000. Make me am 40,000 Ghana cedis. Emrani say unye ATM. Unye fax machine. Unye machine be a obetumi a change sikano from 900 to 40,000. Okay. So you are luring, you are trying to induce people to pay. What you say? Secondly, no so sikana ye can say a legal tender, a legal document, a buying property a sumbo mano. A bank of governor Bank of Ghana no. Ni signature also a whole country legal tender ye transaction. It's quite men so now be jina so multiply scano.
I see.
It's not a criminal statement no one making no.
I see.
Because she's going to risk people to believe her in multiplying their money but end up getting nothing.
Okay, so now let's come to the jail, 15 years.
15 years.
15 years, no. Kofubi say too harsh.
Yeah.
Do you argue with them? And I think say Mrano na yenejuma.
Ushe they are Richard Asamoah Richard Asari, sorry, the lawyer and the lawyer. No, see, she's a mother with 5 children.
Oh.
And then she's a wife.
Okay.
Aside that, or a head of a whole church. Aside that, no crown or also shem in California. I think is it clemency in law, or even practically in this kind of situations, subjected to the president of Ghana.
Okay.
Emrano say 40 years, 40 years. What you say? Intina Emrano sometimes you say when the law is too stiff that it has no you can say modulations. Sometimes no uye hia dia yeda wa na o se atwama wo na mum owo opportunity say ebi amampani betumi awu no mobo aka say oh oba we usha time na oya Agradaa no e na odi bone ba afi no e mama part no on how bia na sorry na oye e na say bi owu a ogidi ye na o take that intie bia
ogidi say abra o sesan from Agradaa to mama part on how we asa
say asem na make say in case omampani person wu no mobo a omampani metumi aka say sesi aye ka say why na oha no e ya sorry e na we bia oye den o ka nyame asem enti asem no yen twentwen so emra no kra ntumi mma no kwan when you are convicted immediately you are convicted by your mouth judgment say you are a convict she knew about me as a that tag again wherever you whatever you do you will be forever an ex-convict but to be put in jail you might be compromised with me say the president and American president between be more because Agradaa say I can say on how be anti na asem no yen twentwen so e be 5 years later no we no why any juma and no but as we speak I'm sure say they are preparing her for they will take her to a prison that is as at the time my judgment normal preparing now call the cell ward they say I'm not call normal prison be is Legon is Accra now headquarters if you are near preparing now call the main whether in Sawom or Cape Coast DA Ankafo but I'm saying one thing for a fact as a human being we should learn from people's issues. This is somebody who has moved on. We're moving on from who we knew her to be. I read a comment and just one ARL comment and say, I think it's a lawyer who even made that comment. They judged on her personality and not the action. Because the personality, the 50 is too harsh. It's too harsh.
He think on feeling
say please maybe to me no bibi say no e na wo ye bibi enne a kai say ochine bi so ho a ye be refer o ono ti wo inka na asem a ewo aban ho e ye on empress gift asem and e fine of I think some 50 million 1 million I don't know
10 million
10 million okay well that's normal beef na e wo mutem and I'm sure they could have even settled that without paying into that but say ne emrasa di wa ko wechi eka o say emre bi ugina wa sorry ka say and na yakeka nsem bia bom na ma 15 years with hard labor o eya na mo fa eno nka o ye wade bi e friend obita dictator court ka asema otumi di asere se bi fem na mo asere nti e ho no wa dream ba so hard labor o that is the onko dem keke ensora na pan didi nsan koda o osora na pa ye twa do ye twa bi ma no ye swa ebura obi what you say eni bi na ye kan and let's put everything together mama part in your young sir when you nifie nko echi kaka 5 children there nifie nko echi kaka nti ye besere se bibi wo ho a ye betumi aye like the lawyer just did with the appeal no se bibi wo ye betumi aye a ye ni aye mbo let's not look at who she is let's look at the issue at hand na ye mpacho na ye hwe se emra no betumi a smile on the appeal na ya tinin fie so kakra amano that notwithstanding we do not also subscribe to money fraud or whatever however you choose to fraud anybody we don't subscribe to that it's not a good thing because ono so omo awa ha omo no it will go a long time for them to heal from that pain obi wo bia 1 billion 2 billion wedi ono so be ha no nti e be sere when you are taking an action today think of tomorrow
nice one whatever that you are doing have a second thought of it na the way ye ne chena no the way and then
kai so china
nice one so this is what my man is saying so as it stands now court say Agradaa enko churum 15 years with hard labor what I say I know shit personally in as much as say many be some of us we don't support how or ye ni no I think say court bit my be big akra fa ho anka ye mu be ye de nemum say parampa say mra no e na court nso de ye adwuma de a me na wo dia near way. So let the law bear its course. What you say? So assistants now there. Agradaa ILM now offer space in this one. Kasa baby. Yes sir. Nikunu say a permanent fifio.
Any man, enemy.
Netizens about so for me gather be biasa.
Unsuma me nti usuma me anam makoti. But dia me hu ya nikunu. Akoi ba me hu okay, me dia me opinion.
Okay.
me who a single trace of remorse be ana.
Forget it. In Inshira na ba, forget.
I know you.
Forget.
I see the church will move on.
Move on.
The church will operate.
Masa na
the church will operate.
Masa.
Okasa no any quote is am.
Yeah. Asiama di
Let it rain.
Asiama. Yeah man. Asiama kote wa de.
I saw no say call.
Ba call.
Senior Asiama head pastor there.
Obenya
bloggers ni media we watch us.
Yeah, time back when you go to have an experience of some of the things to be happy. Personally, now me imagine say one day me anka some be kwaso ni bi to see how church.
That's why na kwan we so.
Yeah, wager.
Yeah, kwan we so.
Yeah, nti.
I say one day, it's so we share there. One day also we invite him. Na you be boy juma no jama. What you say? Because it's a juma na aba no, juma na aba. Esi. Bass. I was one for. I am with my man Cliff Carter, a journalist, a pundit, controversial guy, agenda, kakra, bibia kakra, fine boy, swag. Wow. What I say. Industry no hold into it's not hard here. It is not about what some of you guys are thinking. We make sure say in as much as kasa reports and the nyemani be a course as someone no yesuade. On say review ni nyina no or the advice no could be at to her ama say. Dear we bia no hwe ni ye cause dear wo ye no ehon so aso no ene echina nti wo fi say we guy man when he at say we playboy what I say person picking move dear we bia no ehon akatua ewo ho nti mo ni nda ho na onam street ni so a imra enche wa obefili se bibia ani Ghana ha ba twe hwe na twen eso mu kro we shiro but you see you see noko nice noko fresh asesa na ye noko jail. My goodness. Noko jail.
So far the IDBM na aka na odi eka ho okoye no amane be na eka mbo bia ye mboso ye fa inclusive
your festival be a friend of the Rath Yatra festival.
Okay.
I think this is the 16th for Omoye Ewa Accra.
Okay.
It's mostly about one Hindu trace religion be
okay.
Almost almost.
Was it the reason why now is it the reason why we Indian
Prime Minister I don't know the relation with that. But maybe it could be. Okay. Yeah, because I don't know buying. And one thing let me wake up my pass a comment with. MP for I stand to be corrected. One of the Ghanaian MP addressed like Indian.
Okay.
And a fellow colleague or Baso, a honorable MP so addressing like an Indian to welcome the Prime Minister. I think it was very nice, and they were even greeting and trying to. I loved it. Sometimes you bring these things to a formal room just to release tension here there. But the Yatra Festival, no, mostly this year no omunya devotees over 10,000 omoba street so somewhere around the Kumasi Accra Kumasi Highway so omude some wooden structures no omude procession on the street. Yenyankofo from the ODC Children's Way are performing some nice dance all together. No, like I said, this year one was very successful because people are getting to understand that we are human beings. We shouldn't be bi-religious entities. Political in everything. People are appreciating others' beliefs. They say, "I be Drew no, obi to me ben okra bisa say, o sumu na te saying, obeso ohumu." Ebi onye, but people are ready to learn. So I'm saying, Ghana is gradually becoming a very good grounds for, let me say, educating and learning and even accommodating other things are open to. For me, I enjoyed myself looking at the food orientation, the education. No, it's a more food. Yeah. Okay. It's an amazing menu culture channel 1, so I'm more agree for on. Oh, me away. If you are fine, multimedia sumo there. Matiza ombe no. Sakasaka and also menu umpa. Yeah, this year to December no. Yeah, send them a catch of baby amkoy.
Me away. What the higher kwai?
This is the car you be dealing from Friday no. Yeah, they are tunko for botum. Estianko Finally, mami for win chaso. Kwame Eugene Assembly. Mr. People are saying say oh yeah arrogant.
I think that comment no why industry yeah person any too much. Oh. Why say thing be on person will be more can be like on your timid. Why
almost say oh yeah arrogant. But after explaining I think any personal decision.
What is
Obia friend,
arrogant
let's
about
not
this
even
whole
go
thing?
into that issue detail.
Because we have for a previous video near can want some so I was for
maybe the end say please. And maybe by I bet them say Sarkodie and Fano call. Omuma the best hit song in the days. Muje Grace Muje say or friend non far a your massem. And maybe by so Obi be defend this Sarkodie because Sarkodie or no friend me.
Yeah.
A relationship no. Kwakeso be can there. Samini abe can there. Inti what I'm saying is sometimes no. Some mini your day and then the biana of me friend and Miss Akano. To the biana to me a text no. 2nd April, or be reply 29th April. No, I can't just say, oh, order sorry, yani. Or because say 2nd April to 29th, because oh sorry, yani. It is 120, please. Kwame Jabe clarify, say, call on the buyer, he was on the call with his mom, and he told the lady to tell Achipalago, say, oh, yeah, call. And I want Achipalago call Twitter, call blast, I feel blast you and what's after. So person on the panic kasa ni panic say on one kasa and so adani ase they are okay near feature na opre enyumi zo maka kire say asofo anka
Palago mpo ka ho na kata nya
enfa say na person odinya hit song enfa forget enfa
sometimes so me senior man no me check
but girls now use your nice girls near
one time Palago one time o kwa with your friend
na you go your nice pa
BTS
oh yeah you nice
you go to BTS
on for Palago
oh no me ye be hala no
atinyum na enfa why
ebe fa forget Abusan for so far so good Abusan for me sure say you enjoyed our convo from what is on your mind to the main segment no I mean review nibia if you mini pa ho me big man Cliff Carter ho and some of the pending things nibia across social media and so no comment section ho e ya pass it through the comment section the only here say antena say fa emunchi mombro no e ba betena say na ye de bi abro nti say follow ye there on all social media platforms edino any Kobe Josvan on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Thread, Samsung on YouTube and so subscribe to our channel Kobe Josvan Studios or Kobe Josvan. We won't say your bohogbe na subscribe na follow na like na share videos in the be. We share we are chirafo from so say ombra no betie on ye dem ontie no kro na ekoso ewo ho. Kata tenase de onim say papa no kro nko na ode babesum. Samsung na Emma we mfi say on all social media platforms so bakwa ko follow no. Ni din ene Cliff Carter. What I say Cliff Carter e be good ni de ni nchen ho side wo baby. Okwa no asachi din kama no follow no. We a nice girl on your tap a nice girl for Adam. What I say. You know what I mean? Yeah. Into call her nice girl. Yes, nice one. Nice girl, dear. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cliff Carter pe madam for. And yeah, be yeah. Of a friendship. Into call her friendship lady or a lover of friends. What you say? Into call her. Which men want pick move na bibia. Ako thoughting. Carter, our final words be up.
Okay, you better do be say. Mun share videos no. E na ye de to us na ma share man. Mun share na afefo so Adam for so ebe nye bi ahwe because going forward no, ye bremo deep hot content. Very soon we a lot of content ebe ba ye channel you see the best way. Anytime on pop up notifications biano, ubi na share kakra na wa share na obi so a otiben or so nye bi share because that is how we grow the community. We grow by tapping into each other's networks and econo. That said and done, no, I wish say say Diego Jota in the football space, no, rest in peace. It's not something we wish for anybody on any new who are both the breadwinners of the family. 11 days after marriage, just die from a car accident. I think you said, you know, Mokachan said he shouldn't pick a flight. That is why he was traveling back on the road. So he was not supposed to pick a flight. That's why, and a new Lamborghini, or the far road so I call a Jumana on any new. And they are maybe yana almost seeing finally, almost seeing a cheap. When you sports bar, you had to be film because I told you any idea, I think. Is worth say you become 170. Rest in peace, Nebuchadnezzar for you know BBS as well. The be tomorrow on also like your share mine.
Okay, yeah, the BBS Abusan for this is how we bring today's segment into an end. What I say, Dino, about Kobe, Josvan, with one from the Nations blogger or the Ugly Village Boy. What I say, Accra. Bye bye.
Bye.